Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, I'll walk you through an exciting career shift, moving from general software testing to SAP testing. Whether you're an experienced tester or just beginning your journey, this video will help you to explore what SAP testing involves, the essential skills to master, and how to take your first steps into this highly rewarding field. SAP systems are at the heart of many large organizations, managing everything from finance and procurement to supply chain and human resources. Testing these systems is critical to ensure they run smoothly and meet business requirements. This is where SAP testers play a key role. Now, you might be wondering, why should I consider SAP testing? Well, SAP testing isn't about just finding the bugs, it's about understanding how business operate. It's a specialized skill that not only boosts your career prospects but also allows you to work on some of the most critical systems in the world. With the demand for SAP professionals is growing, it is a perfect time to make the switch. In next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through the key differences between generic testing and SAP testing and the skills and tools that you need to master and some of the practical strategies to transition smoothly. And I'll give you some tips and tricks to make your journey easier. So if you're ready to elevate your career and dive into the world of SAP testing, let's get started. Let's talk about the key differences between generic testing and SAP testing. For example, if you take domain knowledge. In generic testing, the focus is often on testing the functionality of an application based on given business requirements. But in SAP testing, you need to understand specific business processes. SAP systems are built around real-world business operations like finance, supply chain, human resources, and procurement. As a tester, you're not just verifying the functionality, you're ensuring that these processes align with business needs. For example, in SAP Finance, you might test if a transaction updates in GL system correctly, considering various configurations like tax codes and currency conversions. Let's talk about another dimension. For example, integration testing. Unlike standalone applications, SAP systems are highly interconnected with other systems or within the system. Changes in one's module can impact others. For example, if there is a change in sales order process in sales and distribution module, SD module, it might impact inventory in material master management, which is MM module. As a SAP tester, you will spend a lot of time testing these integrations to ensure the entire system works seamlessly. So this is one of the key tasks of SAP tester. The next aspect is test data preparation. In generic testing, test data is often predefined or easy to create. In SAP, however, test data is more complex because it's tied to master data and configurations. For example, to test a purchase order in SAP, you need data like vendor master, material master, and pricing conditions, which are often created in a test environment specifically for a given scenario. Another element in SAP testing is customization and configuration. While generic testing typically deals with pre-built applications, so they're already pre-built and predefined. But in SAP systems are often customized for specific business needs. You need to test both standard SAP functionality and customizations developed using ABAP programs. This requires a kind of deeper understanding of how these customizations interact with standard processes. So let's talk about the last aspect of differences. For example, tools and methodologies. SAP testing often involves tools and methodologies specifically designed for SAP systems, such as SAP Solution Manager for managing test cases, ECAT for automating tests. These are quite different tools from other generic tools that you have worked on. Just to sum it up, SAP testing goes beyond just verifying the software. It's about understanding and validating business processes, ensuring system integrations, and working with customized environment. It's a mix of technical and functional knowledge, which makes it both challenging and rewarding. Now that we have discussed how SAP testing differs from generic testing, let's explore the essential skills you need to master to succeed in the specialized field. These skills will set the foundation for your transition and growth in SAP testing. When you start with SAP testing, the first thing you need to understand is the basic SAP navigation. As a first step, you need to understand how to navigate in SAP system. Get familiar with SAP GUI. It's a special GUI that SAP users work with. You need to understand that. How to log in, how to execute the basic transactions, how to use the transaction codes for the business processes. We call them as T codes. So there are different T codes that you need to know. This might sound a bit simple, but it's critical for testing SAP workflows efficiently. The second thing that you need to learn is, which is very important, is business process knowledge. So based on your background, if you come from HR, if you come from production, if you come from mechanical, based on your background, you need to understand the business process knowledge. In SAP testing, understanding the underlying business processes is crucial. That is the core of your testing. Pick a module based on your interest or project needs or your background, like material management, SD sales and distribution, finance FI, or enterprise warehouse management, EVM or TM, transport management, and focus on learning how these processes work end to end. For example, in SD, you will want to understand the order to cash process, including sales orders, deliveries, invoicing, and payments. So you need to master one module and master it, then you can start working with SAP testing. And third aspect is you need to learn some test management tools. So for example, familiarize yourself with test management tool commonly used in SAP testing, such as SAP Solution Manager. Basically, we use this component for managing your test cases and tracking the defects. And you can also learn HP ALM, Application Lifecycle Management Software, which is also widely used for managing test scenarios and results. And there is also a third-party software called Worksoft Certify. So it's a great tool for automating testing in SAP. So learning these tools will make you more efficient and improve your ability to deliver quality results. But when we talk about automation tools, so as you know, automation is becoming increasingly important in SAP testing. Learn tools like SAP Tau, test acceleration optimization. It's kind of now deprecated. You might learn ECAT, extended computer aided tool. This is one of the testing tools. There's a video I made, watch it. It's for automating functional test. And if you already have a good experience with Selenium, so you can learn how to use Selenium for testing SAP applications like Fiori apps, web applications, WebDyn Pros. So these tools save time and improve accuracy and make you more valuable resources to your team. So next thing you need to develop is scripting and debugging skills. For example, if you like programming and if you have a knack of programming, learn basic ABAP. This is where your skill really matters. So ABAP is a SAP programming language. It can be a big plus while you're not going to code anything, but you need to know what is ABAP and how to debug an ABAP code. So it will really make your life easy when it comes to the testing. So learn simple scripting for automation tools, and it will be a great skill to add on. The next aspect is data management and test data preparation. So as we discussed previously, so you are allowed to create test data, both master data and transaction data. For this, you need to get comfortable with creating and managing test data, as it plays a big role in SAP testing. So you need to be really comfortable with this. So learn how to create master data like vendor records or material records, or transaction data like sales orders and purchase orders. What are the fields? What is the representation of each field? So based on this, proper test data ensures accurate and effective testing. And finally, last but not the least, soft skills. So don't overlook soft skills like problem solving, communication, and collaboration. You will work closely with functional consultants. This is one of the big difference. So with SAP testing, you're mainly working with the business consultants, so developers and business users. So being able to understand their requirements and explain your testing outcomes is a key to your success. So you need to have good soft skills. This is very important. So remember, you don't need to learn all these skills at once. Start with basics, focus on one module, and gradually expand your knowledge as you gain experience. Okay. Let's talk about some strategies you can use to transition smoothly into SAP testing and make most of your existing experience. So now that you know the key skills to learn, let's discuss how to make a smooth transition from generic testing to SAP testing. These strategies will help you to leverage your existing experience while building new expertise. The first strategy is upskilling. So upskilling yourself. So you need to pick the module that you want to learn based on your experience, your education background, your current experience, your domain knowledge, so or the market demand. So you can pick FI, which is a universal, the finance module, and you can also pick some of the latest modules like EVM, Enterprise Warehouse Management, or Transport Management, or SD or MM. So you need to pick a module, okay? Then try to upskill yourself. For example, you can use any online platform like Coursera, Udemy, or OpenSAP training, okay? So you need to upskill yourself. So these credentials, for example, not only enhance your knowledge, but also make your resume stand out. So this is how you need to start as a first step, upskilling yourself. The second strategy is hands-on practice. So you can read a lot of documentation, you can go through a lot of slides, but that's all theory. So if you want to really learn and master SAP, you need to have hands-on experience. So what I suggest is try to rent a demo server or test server. Sometimes SAP also offers SAP also offers some free systems. So try to get in hands-on with the demo system. So in that system, practice. Then in that practice, you need to work on the basic transactions and workflows, end-to-end business processes, configurations, master data, transaction data, creating test data, and simulating the workflows. The more hands-on you do, the more experience you would gain. So this is how you can get more confidence, and this is how we get more confidence by practicing more. So the more you practice, the more confidence that you would get. Okay. The third strategy is leveraging your current role. For example, if you're already working in SAP or in any other domain, so you need to try to leverage your current experience. For example, if you're already working in testing, look for opportunities in your organization to get involved in SAP related projects, or you can do volunteering to assist in SAP testing, or you can also be like a shadow for a testing or generic tester, or you can also be like a cross-functional team member to learn and help the cross-functional teams. So basically this allows you to gain exposure without making full leap right away from generic testing to SAP testing. So another strategy is networking and mentorship. For example, networking is a powerful tool. Join SAP focused LinkedIn groups, forums, or local SAP user groups. Connect with SAP professionals, ask for advice, or even seek mentorship. So a mentor can guide you, recommend resources, and help you to navigate the transition. So one suggestion is don't hesitate to reach out. Most people are happy to share their knowledge, so they remember that. So you can always ask and do not hesitate. Okay. And next strategy is highlighting your transferable skills. For example, so you already have a testing experience. So by leveraging your existing testing skills in the areas like defect management, test case design, and automation, these are highly relevant in SAP testing as well. So during interviews or internal discussions, emphasize on how your current expertise can be added value to SAP projects. For example, your experience for test management tools like JIRA or HP ALM can translate seamlessly to SAP Solution Manager as well. So try to leverage your current skills, which is very important. Okay, don't start from the scratch if you already have an experience, testing experience, I mean. Okay, and another very important strategy is don't start too many things. Okay, start with one module. So meaning don't overwhelm yourself by trying to learn everything at once. Start with one module, choose one that aligns with your interest or is in demand, like SAP SAP EVM or SAP TM or supply chain FICO. So once you gain confidence in one area, you can expand with other modules. So this is very important, okay? Otherwise your brain gets messy and you will not be able to focus on anything, okay? The another strategy you can follow is freelancing and real world exposure. For example, if you're unable to gain SAP experience in your current job, consider freelancing platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. Maybe you can talk to your friends for small work. So many small businesses need SAP testers, so for short-term projects, which you can gain some kind of exposure. So you share and gain some exposure. This one I think you can do. So remember, transitioning to SAP testing is journey, not an overnight shift. Be patient and consistent and open to learning, and you will see the results. So what we will do is in the next few minutes, let's explore some of the tips and tricks to help you stand out an SAP tester and excel in your role. So let's talk about some of the tips and tricks which will help you to transition to SAP's testing smoothly. So first thing, as I said earlier, so you need to understand end-to-end business processes. So one of the best way to add value as an SAP tester is to understand the big picture. Learn how different modules like SD, sales and distribution module, finance module, and material management module work together. For example, in order to cash process, you will need to understand how a sales order flows into inventory, delivery, invoicing, and payments. This holistic view will help you to identify the critical testing scenarios, which is very important. So get the full picture. So that's important. So the second tip is collaborate with functional consultant. So they usually have vast knowledge. So they are the source of information. So functional consultants are your best allies because you will be working with them closely. So build strong communication with them to understand the business requirements, the configurations. If something is unclear, as I said, do not hesitate to ask questions. Their insights can help you to design your test cases better and also reduce your rework. So this is very important. And the third tip is focus on test case reusability, meaning design your test cases with a reusability in mind. So SAP testing often involves iterative testing during upgrades, rollouts, or integrations. So well-documented and modular test cases save time and effort in long run. So include detailed steps, expected results, and any other dependencies for your test cases. So that will give you a better reusability for your test cases. So the next point is stay up to date with SAP innovations. Like any other software company, SAP is continuously innovating. So SAP is continuously evolving with updates like S/4HANA, Fiori, and cloud integrations. Make it a habit to stay up to date by following SAP blogs, forums, and official announcements. Being aware of these latest trends helps you to align your testing efforts with new features and best practices, which is very, very important. So the next step is try to build a process flow mindset. So approaching testing like a detective, think beyond functionality, trace the flow of data across modules, validate integrations, and anticipate potential breakpoints. This mindset will help you to uncover issues that other might miss. It's very, very important. You have to have that mindset. So the next step is leverage automations wisely. So while automation is valuable, uh, it's not a one-size-fits-all solutions. Use tools like Worksoft, Certify if your customer is okay with it, or ECAD, which is a standard SAP tool for repetitive tasks. But focus on manual testing for complex scenarios. A balanced approach ensures thorough testing. For example, you need to have mix of manual testing and automation testing. So you need to decide which is best for you and for your customer. Okay, and the last step is document issues clearly. So when logging defects, provide detailed information including transaction codes, input data, and steps to reproduce this issue. So clear documentation speeds up resolution and also reflects your professionalism. So it's very, very important, document clearly so that you can always use that documentation in the future. So which is very important. So by applying these tips and tricks, so you will not only enhance your efficiency, but also establish you as a trusted SAP testing professional. Let me walk you through the real world workflow of SAP testing. This will give you a clear idea of what to expect when you step into SAP testing world. So as any testing project, so in SAP testing project also we start with requirements gathering. This is step number 1. So in this step, so we begin with understanding business requirements. So as a tester, you'll work closely with functional consultants and business stakeholders to understand what needs to be done and what needs to be tested, whether it's a new feature, a system upgrade, or an integration. The next step, we do test planning. So where you will create a test plan. This includes identifying the testing scope, creating testing scenarios for your specific business processes, and defining the tools and resources which are needed for the testing. And you will also prioritize the test based on the impact and complexity of the functionality. The third step is test case preparation. So here you will design detailed test cases that cover end-to-end scenarios. For SAP, this often involves using transaction codes, validating the data, and ensuring seamless integration across all the modules. So the fourth step is test execution. Now comes the actual testing. So this is where you do the actual testing. So you'll actually execute the test cases in a system environment such as development or quality assurance system or pre-production system. Functional testing, integration testing, and regression testing are critical steps in this step actually. The fifth step is defect management. So if you find any issues, so you log the defects with detailed steps to reproduce them, collaborate with developers and functional consultants, which is very essential to ensure a quick resolution and revalidation of the fixes. The last step is UAT and go live. So once all tests are completed and issues are resolved, you will assist users for UAT, user acceptance testing. After that, it's time to support the go live phase, ensuring smooth transition and minimal disruption. So this is the final step. So by following this structured flow, SAP testers ensure that the systems are robust, reliable, and ready to support critical business operations. So that's it. Thank you for staying with me until the end. I hope this video has given you a clear understanding of how to transition from generic testing to SAP testing and what takes to succeed in this specialized field. So before I close, I just want to quickly recap. So in this whole video, we covered the key differences between the generic testing and SAP testing and the skills that you need to learn from basic SAP navigation to automation tools. And we also talked about the practical strategies to make your transition, including upskilling, networking, and gaining hands-on experience. And we also talked about tips and tricks to excel in SAP testing, like understanding end-to-end business processes and collaborating with functional consultants. And finally, we talked about the real-time workflow in SAP testing world. So remember, transitioning to SAP testing, it's not just a career move. It's an opportunity to grow as a professional and work on some of the most impactful systems in the business world. So start small, stay consistent, and keep learning. If you like the video, consider giving a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Also, drop your questions or thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you and help you in any way I can. Thank you for watching, and here is to your success in the world of SAP testing. Take the first step today, and I'm sure you will achieve great things. Good luck, and see you in the next video. And if you like the video, always consider giving a like, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching.